Welcome back. It has been a while. We've started and finished a whole other series in the middle. If you haven't watched it, a very short puzzle game with a nice story. Thank you for the comments. There are some nice tips and people screaming at a monitor that I didn't see something. Let's just get back. It has been a while. Okay. Let's remind ourselves a little bit of the controls. As far as I remember, we had, I would say, a relatively big problem with CO2. We have a lot of it. Basically, this whole section of the colony is just for storing the CO2, which isn't ideal because there's only so much you can store, apparently. So we will have to address this somehow. I know we have things like carbon skimmers, which uses water to produce polluted water and extract carbon dioxide from air. This is probably our best bet at this point. Algae also removes some of it and does produce oxygen. The problem is, relatively speaking, I don't think we have that much algae. And I also think that these oxygen producers also consume some algae and are much more efficient. The problem that we have is that the pressure above is kind of already high enough, so we can't just overwhelm the carbon dioxide that we're producing with more oxygen. It has to go somewhere, so we have to either store it somewhere, so dig more portions, either deeper or left and right. Probably deeper, because carbon dioxide is going to fall on its own. It's a heavy gas. I can't remember if chlorine is heavier than carbon dioxide, but it's also a problematic gas. So we want all those gases downstairs where our dupes don't go that often, at least. Or skim it. This requires energy. This requires a storage for the polluted water, which we kind of have here, but we're gonna produce even more. At some point we can use, did we unlock sieve? Will that be in refinement? Yes, water sieve, which can, oh no, it produces, oh no, okay, yeah. It produces clean water and polluted dirt, but that also requires power. I can't remember how well on power we are. I think we only have one circuit, which means we have some limitations already. The thicker cables like this one can only transfer 1 kilowatt of energy. And the potential load is already higher. Significantly higher. What else? What else? What else? What else? I think there was a plan to use this geyser, this vent, to get clean water. I think it's... Yeah, it produces steam on 110 degrees Celsius. And I had some sort of overcomplicated idea of a pipe system that would fill this tank, but we have to cool it somehow. I think there was a... Yes, this part of the map is filled with snow. It's kind of a cold biome. So we could transfer some of those Weesworth, which are cooling down the air around it. You know, there are at least 2 of them. Not sure if it's going to be enough. Cycle 39. We have 14 dupes already. It's going to be interesting. I think someone in the comments said that if you drop something like dirt on those buttons, they will work or they will activate. Now when I look at it, it might be kind of like a puzzle that you have to know the gate logic. There's a snow biome in here as well. With 2 more Weesworth. So this is an AND gate, so these 2 have to be activated. And this is an AND gate. Okay, so there's no like tricky puzzle logic. Just have to activate all 3 of them. And I know that you can choose a dupe. Where is one? And make him move to a certain place. But you have to coordinate that to 2 other dupes, which is tricky. So thanks for the comment of how to activate these buttons, weight plates, without really using dupes. You can just dig this rock. You can actually start with it. How do you dig in this game? B? No, that's building. Oops. Take G. It has been a while. It will all get back to me, don't worry. Is that? No. 1, 2, no. How do you change the speed of the game? Was it always tab? I thought there were like 3 buttons that you can press. Maybe it's always tab. Cool. We also have to power this device. The checkpoint. One thing that we can check ahead of time. Carbon dioxide. Solid. That's actually what I'm interested in. It's a liquid at minus 48 and solid at minus 56. It's minus 28 here. Minus 40 around here. Still not cold enough. Not cold enough to liquefy carbon dioxide. I assume liquefied carbon dioxide would be a more efficient way to store it. Would take much less space. I think this answers our question. Carbon dioxide is heavier than chlorine. There's gonna be a small layer of chlorine on top. How can we liquefy chlorine? Maybe that's easier. Chlorine. Nope. Well, evaporation freezing point. But where's the liquid point? Oh, minus 34. It is a little bit easier. Chlorine would liquefy here. Is that salt water? Yeah. So we don't really want to dig this part because the chlorine is gonna go above. Oi, oi, oi. I think we have to at least start making preparations. Start the preparations for making some sort of system for skimming the CO2. And probably the smartest thing to do for now is to place those skimmers at the lower levels. Maybe even at this level. Let's build the pipes. We're gonna need the pipes anyway. So we can create sort of like a bubble of oxygen for our dupes to breathe. Eventually it will go up, that oxygen, but maybe we can produce it at a rate that will make like a small section breathable, so they can like work on this shaft and come just a little bit higher, breathe, go down and work again. Our sections are four sections high, so the floor actually should be at this level. We're gonna deconstruct all this at some point, probably. Research. What are we researching right now? Hazard protection. So that will be researched and that will be researched. We did have a plan. So let's just continue. Can we build this tile diagonally? That is the question. For now, the rules didn't change. We accept dupe every time it's available, and we have one full cycle to accept it, just in case of emergencies that we have to finish something or whatever. I have to remind myself the temperatures. I think it's fine. So copy settings, paste those. It's gonna be still. Okay, yeah. Now I remember. This part is a little bit too hot for planting, but this should be fine until the last two. Oh no, last four. It's getting hot because of this. We can probably build a wall to insulate that area if we have that researched. Thanks for watching. If you like the colony and want to follow along, please consider subscribing. Also remember to leave a like, so YouTube will recommend this video to others. See you next time. Bye!